In this video, I'm going to answer a bunch of questions which you guys sent in, but for the first part of this video, I'm going to pick up a playseat which my buddy Harry's giving me. Hey, I'm ALBO. I came to Japan as an English teacher, then moved near Tokyo to pursue my passions. I became a filmmaker because I love cars, Japanese culture, and a good story. I'm lucky enough to live the JDM dream, and so my videos are about my car life in Japan, where I go to car meets and visit shops, do track days and toge runs, build and review cars, and shoot vlogs, short films, and documentaries about Japan's car culture and history. Join me and my friends on our adventures and find out what it's really like in the land of the rising sun. So hop in, fasten your seatbelts, and enjoy the ride.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
So I'm meeting Harry at this go-kart racing track because his son has started karting. So check it out. Oh, this is so cool. Hey, Hugo, my boy. Oh, this is sick. Work on the motor?
Yeah, so I'm just changing the cylinder heads.
This is crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty full on.
Yeah, this is super awesome.
Yeah, this is the circuits over there.
What is this? This is so
This
cute.
is, they start them off here.
Yeah.
So they understand the pedal. how the
That's
pedals work.
amazing. That's how they learn?
Yeah, so it's an electric car. There's no engine sound. But
Wow.
Because these days, you start it,
Yeah.
it's goes up to like 13,000 RPM. So, like, it's RPM here.
Holy crap.
There's mini
Drive
bikes
around.
as well.
Mini bikes.
Yeah. So the kids ride these mini bikes. They're quick out.
This is like Mario Kart. How big is this track? It kind of goes all the way down there.
400 meters.
Wow. Like a 20-second track? 30-second?
20, 25.
Wow. Oh, look at that. They're so cute.
Like when Hugo starts moving,
Oh.
we're high
Yeah.
class.
Yeah.
You can go on the track and you can look at the
So this size, this is like kid size?
Yeah, this is kids. No, adults drive on this track too.
Oh, okay. But I mean like the cars that they're racing, like that's like
it's
the kid size, right?
Yeah.
How fast do they go?
This up here, average speed 56k.
56. Two horsepower? That's it? Yeah. Whoa.
That's the difference.
How long do these tires last?
About 1,000 kilometers, but
Okay.
I change them for every race.
Every race.
Fresh tire. Everybody does that.
This is intense.
Yeah.
Carbon fiber.
Oh no, this is fake carbon.
Okay.
There's real ones. I wanted to buy it, but they're sold out.
This is so sick.
Yeah, it's very cool.
How much does it cost to like get started? Like, you know, like just get something like this set up.
Maybe 120,000 yen.
Uh huh.
Right? And then cast tools. I just overkill it on tools.
Yeah,
My
you got a
tools cost
whole
more than-
setup over here. This is crazy.
Yeah, my tools cost more than the cars. So you can get like like a year maybe 500,000 yen.
Mm-hmm.
This series and another one maybe.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. This is really awesome.
There you go,
Oh,
man.
sick. This is sick. Dude, thank you so much, man.
Yeah, it's so good. I've only used it like less than 10 times.
Wow. Nice. Thanks so much, man. That's awesome.
No worries, man.
I'm gonna put it to good use.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. You going to Gunma now?
Yeah, I gotta go to Gunma. Okay, I'd really love to stick around. Really want to stick around, but I need to get back so I can get back to Gunma. I have to be there by 3 for some newborn pictures. And yeah, that was so cool. I'm definitely gonna do this vacation when he's a couple years older. So, gotta work hard, get the channel going. here it is. Let's hop in, I guess, and see how it feels. Oh, this is cool. Oh yeah, this is cool. This is really cool. Yeah, this is great. I mean, this just feels like I'm in the car. Awesome, awesome. So if you guys saw in the previous video, you'll know that I got a sim rig. I actually got the Thrustmaster T300RS. So far, I've only shown you guys the steering wheel. I'll also get the other stuff out as well. We really don't have time to install it today because I've got to go to Gunma in about 20 minutes. But let's just take a quick peek. Here it is, the actual system. Extremely solid feeling. It's plastic, but it feels very solid. Meanwhile, this is like metal. So this feels like a real, actual steering wheel. That's fantastic. These pedals. Oh, that feels really nice. With a clutch too. Excuse the feet. Oh yeah, that's nice. This is great. This is great. All right. Anyway, we really gotta go to Gunma, so let's just leave this here for a couple days and head over and get on with the day. I don't know what's going on, but I'm passing by a bunch of, it's like Liberty Walk and maybe Fighting Star Lamborghinis here as well. Look at that. Look at that. Hey. So cute. I'm in Gunma because currently my wife Kana-chan and my son Keishin are still here in Gunma. Here in Japan, traditionally there's something called soto gairi. The mother will go back to the hometown and spend like a month at home, just kind of raising the baby at home. We just thought it would be nice if, you know, my wife and son were able to spend some time with grandma and grandpa before we go back to Yokohama, which is about 2.5 hours away. It's not something we can do just like every day or even like every week. Maybe it's like every couple of weeks kind of thing. Gas and tolls kind of adds up. First, we got to pick up some baby stuff, and then actually look at this. This is what remains of my poor AirPods. I kind of ran them over the other day. It fell out of my pocket and then onto the road while I was in the convenience, and then I ran them over. So hopefully they have a pair of AirPods just at the electronics store here in Takasaki. For today's video, I thought it would be cool to do like an AMA, like a status of how's everything going. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make AMA post, and I'm just gonna ask you guys how's it going, and we'll just answer questions throughout the day. How's that? Here, check it out. All right, let's go. So our first stop is Akachan Honpo to pick up some baby stuff, but let's get something to eat here at 7-Eleven. The cool thing about 7-Eleven is they have a lot of really healthy menu options now. So you might think that eating at the konbini is like super unhealthy, but the 7-Eleven has really stepped up their game. Man, it's freaking hot. Gunma is one of the hottest areas of Japan because it's literally in the center. Alright, let's just eat them back then. For lunch, we have this really good fiber-infused drink, 20-gram protein shake, and 20-gram pork salad. This is actually really, really good. I know it's pretty good. This was kind of like my go-to during the work-from-home days. Actually, I'm quite worried about that being super loud. Let's move into the car. Actually, this should be okay. Just move to the other side. Oh, here's a good one from XPO Van. And he asks, what's the future of the channel now that you're full-time on it? Honestly, the future of the channel is to really be able to do what I've wanted to do for years. Some of you guys know I've had a really good job in Tokyo, so it's really hard for me to leave it, but it meant I wasn't able to film anything and do stuff during the weekdays, and the commute was starting to kill me, so I was losing like 3 hours a day. Really, the first step in the next few months is to incorporate a business, really get my merch going to make it like a full-on business and really devote all my energy into it. And I think that's gonna allow me to be able to pursue like cooler projects, like big documentaries, stuff like going around Japan. I really want to get into drifting, so I want to build out the Miata to become a drift car. Yeah, I also imagine like going on trips around the world, you know, visiting like Dut and like Randy in LA, you know, just going to places like Hong Kong and Singapore, Indonesia, just checking out the scene around the world. I think that's all going to become feasible now that I'm going full time. Okay, so what we'll do is I'll answer like a different question in each area. Maybe we'll answer like 5 or 10 questions throughout the day or something. So let's keep going. All right, continuing on our adventure. Well, not really much of an adventure today, just picking up some random stuff. Population to imagine. What could that business possibly be about? All right, Akachan Hompo. This is basically just like Toys R Us, or like Babies R Us Japan version. So before we hop inside, I'm gonna answer the next question. What kind of work were you doing before you started doing YouTube full-time a couple days ago? After I finished English teaching on JET, I moved to Tokyo and I started working at a movie and TV streaming platform. It's one of the big ones. You guys might be able to figure out which one it is. Like, my team would make sure the movies and TV shows could get onto the platform on time, and all these amazing opportunities pop up throughout the years. So I was also able to work as a consultant for the Discovery Channel. I worked as a consultant for YouTube, worked on a show for Disney Plus, and I did that show for Apple TV. Just being in this industry gave me like a lot of amazing opportunities. Right before I left the job, I was responsible for the knowledge base of the internal tools and our workflows and stuff. I was also doing trainings. I was doing that kind of stuff in my job before I went full-time with YouTube. It was a busy job. Not stressful, it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of collaboration with counterparts from around the world. It was such a cool job. And I was really lucky because it was mostly in English. So if anything, my Japanese ability has kind of plateaued over the past several years. And that's one of the things I really want to focus on during, you know, this year when I'm going hard. Motto Nihongo ganbarimasu. Let's go pick up the thing that my wife needs. And just first observation, houses here in the countryside are way bigger. Look how much land this house has. All right, so what I need is this. It's like basically like a spray thing. これ探してるんですけど、2回ですか？ありがとうございます。Guys, to be honest, it really still hasn't hit me very hard yet that I'm a father. Maybe you guys can tell me, when does it actually hit you? Ah, here it is. Perfect. Exactly what I needed. All right.
ホワイトカードはお持ちですか？
Ah, nice. Alright, so before we move on, let's answer another question. It's actually pretty fun, actually. Since we're on the topic of jobs and work, let me answer this one from Anthony86. I want to live in Japan. Are there any specific jobs a foreigner can do there? Any tips, please? As you guys know, I came to Japan as an English teacher. I think that is probably the easiest way. Well, it depends how you look at it. Typically, you need a 4-year university degree to get a decent job here in Japan, including English teaching. So I was able to come here through the JET program, which was honestly one of the best experiences of my life. So Google or just search the JET program website and learn all about it, or watch my old videos and you can see I basically lived here in the countryside and I just taught English for like 5 years, actually 7. After that, I was able to find a job by just job hunting. What I did was I just sent resumes and stuff, and I sent a resume to a recruiting agency called Robert Walters. They were able to get me a bunch of interviews with a bunch of different tech companies, and I was able to lock something down because I had done like my YouTube stuff, but I also built a website which was kind of like a community website for jets called the Jet Coaster. It's now defunct, but that was pretty much enough to get me into the door because they saw I was pretty creative and they saw I was willing to work hard and learn how to do tech stuff. One thing was, my university was okay. I went to Wilfrid Laurier University, shout out to WLU. Well, JET was actually among the English teaching different companies and different ways you can come here as an English teacher. jet is definitely the best, so it definitely did have a little bit of cachet to it, which helped me in the job hunting. Aside from that, I don't know, because I can't really talk about any other paths aside from my own, which was come as an English teacher, get some experience, get some work experience, get some life experience, learn to speak Japanese, and then apply to some other jobs through a recruiting agency, and that's what I did. All right, so let's head over to Takasaki Station. I need to get AirPods, that's right.
10-foot tall aliens got behind the control, and that happened at our cabin. Not to me, but to other people who came. She was very good at it to happen that we regarded as quite funny. But in any case,
all right, just about here. This is the lobby. Right, bit pricey, but you gotta go for it. Hi. Battery died. Pro tip: stop buying fake batteries because they barely last. It was like 100% when I left the house. Anyways, so the next question is, what's my biggest insecurity about life in Japan? It would probably have to be language. I mean, I've lived here for a while. I have about N2. I haven't officially taken N2 yet, but I passed like practice tests. But I don't know, I'm pretty bad at test taking, so I'm gonna try to do it this year. To be honest, my Japanese ability has probably dropped quite a bit in the past couple years since I barely use it at work. So my vocabulary has gone down. So probably, anyways, it's my language ability. And tied to that is kind of like this big fear I have that my kid won't be able to learn English to a high enough level where we feel completely comfortable communicating in both either English or Japanese. So on one hand, I gotta step up my game in Japanese, and I have to also figure out how I can help my son learn English as much as possible. So I would love to be able to send him to an international school. That's my goal. That's basically, I just have to make my business successful enough, and hopefully I can make it happen. So that's, I guess, my biggest fear and insecurity, just being able to have that ability to just be completely fluent both in Japanese and have my kids be able to be fluent in English as well. Takasaki Station. Man, I haven't walked through this station in a long time. What a trip down memory lane. Oh, this wasn't here before. And interestingly, over here, you can see in the front here, there's some historical artifacts. Wow. I'm gonna enjoy this super authentic matcha ice cream. That's good. That's good. So the next question is, how is fatherhood going? Well, it's coming along. He's adorable. It's cute little mini me. Can't believe it. All right, guys. So Keishin is sleeping now, so I just left him upstairs. Let's film here in the car where it's nice and quiet. Just me and all 500,000 of you guys. I like this one. With the birth of your son, any plans to build him a car? What car would it be? To be honest, the FL5 is going to be his car someday, because I really see the Civic Type R, like this FL5, the last pure gasoline powered one, to be a very special car. I really do intend to keep it over 20 years. I'm kind of struggling with whether or not I'm going to modify it, because I really want, on one hand, keep it kind of pure and stock and unmolested, so that when he finally gets his hands on it, he can do all that stuff. But the other thing I'm thinking actually is, honestly, I love that car so much, I might buy like 2 of them. So if Honda releases like an LE, like a limited edition, especially in like yellow, then I'm planning to buy that and just keep that completely stock for 20 years, and then I'll build the red FL5 to my spec, and I'm gonna modify the heck out of that one and just keep the yellow LE just completely unmodified.
because we're gonna have physical, we've got the physical debris on and on. But the bottom line is we're living in the dead.
All right, guys, I'm gonna head back to Yokohama. Maybe I'll hit the gym once I get home.
Programs within the knowledge of many of the people in the military and temple to progress the success of any efforts to develop this technology.
All right, gym time. It's 1 a.m. and I usually hit the gym around 12:01. I'm 12:01 because my plan is like late night plan. Let's do some ab stuff. All right, guys. Let's see. Let's answer a couple more questions over here. What is the cost of living like in Japan, and what's a good living wage in Tokyo? It's kind of a difficult question to answer, but I would say it's similar to like the US or Canada, and we do have very good healthcare here in Japan, but I feel like things are actually a little bit cheaper here. But the thing is, wages in Japan haven't increased very much, if at all, in the past like 20 or 30 years. And with the current like exchange rate, the US dollar is quite strong against the Japanese yen. But that being said, you know, people here in Japan can still survive on like under like a 5 million yen salary. I think that's kind of like most people, around 5 million-ish would be like the average for mid-30s. What's a good living wage in Tokyo? I would say at least 6 or 7 million yen. So that would translate to something like $50,000, $55,000 US dollars. But in Japan, it feels more like $60,000 or $70,000, just because that's kind of like what the purchasing power is like for, you know, people within Japan. So I would say a good living wage in Tokyo would be like 6 to 7 million, which is actually kind of like double what you would get paid as like a new grad or even like an English teacher in Japan. So I would say it's quite hard to find a really good job, but there are a few avenues. Getting into like the tech industry, getting to like IT, especially if you can work for like a foreign tech company, that would probably give you the highest chance of getting a salary over like the 6, 7, 8 million yen range. There are a lot of good jobs out there. A lot of them definitely do require good Japanese, but they're out there. I would say try not to get stuck in English teaching, because that's kind of a dead end unless you decide to go on and start your own company later on or something. We're trying to get fit over here. The guns are coming along. However, this has been a bit of a struggle for me, but the past couple months I kind of got quite fat actually. So let me show you the situation that we're dealing with over here. Yeah, kind of got a bit chubby, as you can see. So I am gonna get back in shape. Hopefully within the next couple months or something, or 2 or 3 months, I can get that six-pack back. So as you guys saw, I've been trying to eat healthy today. So now that this vlog is gonna go daily basically, let's see if we can get there. Let's head back home, answer maybe 1 or 2 more questions, and then let's wrap up this video. All right, man. Don't you guys just think the Forester STI is such a versatile car? As you guys saw, this thing just fits so much stuff. It is super convenient, and I really wonder what's going to happen with it when I get my FL5. Which, actually, that's another question, which is what's going to happen once I get the FL5, which is coming in, hopefully in October, actually. Well, to be honest, it really depends on my finances at the moment, at the time. I think, for example, if the channel's doing really well, then I will just keep the Forester and just build it out. But if I need to at the time, I might sell it just to be able to pay most of the FL5 just in cash, just to get it out of the way, so just so I don't have a loan. I feel like if I really wanted to, I could still get into one of these, although it wouldn't be the same, but it might just also kind of free me from, you know, mentally feeling like I have to keep this car forever. Although I do really love it, there are other cars I would love to drive as well. For example, maybe even like a Pajero Evolution or something. How cool would a car like that be, and like building that out? But this car has been amazing. No complaints. I absolutely love it. So we'll just have to see what happens in the future with this car. All right. Alright, well, we're back home. That was a long day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's Q&A video. There's one last question which I wanted to answer, which was somebody asked, how are you doing these days, actually? Like, how are you? Like, and I interpreted that to be kind of like a deep question, like, how are you actually doing these days? I'll be totally honest with you guys. I'm scared as hell. I'm nervous. I mean, I basically, I left my job last week, and we're doing YouTube, I guess, full time. We're doing this for real now, and I don't know if I can make this work out, especially with my newborn, and got this house loan, and man, it's a lot. So I'm just gonna do my best, And thank you guys for your support and for making this possible. Watching these videos, supporting the channel, picking up merch. It's amazing. I couldn't do it without you guys. So I'll just end this video here. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully some of my experiences were a little bit valuable for you guys. If there were some learnings that you guys could pull, then I'm super happy about that. And that's it. Thank you guys so much, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りしました。